Hello, welcome to Jadekind Gaming. My name is Adam, and today I will be taking a look at Monty Python's Cocurricular Medieval Reenactment program. And the things that came with it. I got this through the crowdfunding, a role-playing game. No, it isn't. And it took a while to arrive, but it's here, and there's a lot to it. It looks fun. Of all of these things, most of them, I will link down below, you can find online. One is not, and that's this fun little sash. So maybe it was exclusive to the crowdfunder, I don't know. But it designates the, the person who's running the program, the head of light entertainment, or HOL for short. So, yeah, if you need to be able to designate who the HOL is, there's a sash. But if you didn't crowdfund it, I don't think you get one. But we can look at what you can get. I got the sensible middle class edition of the book because I like how it looks better. We'll quickly take a look at this to begin with. Monty Python's Cocurricular Medieval Reenactment program, a role-playing game. No, it isn't. And of course, there's tables inside. Like there's a table for tables. Is it a work table, a operating table, a ping pong table? There's a table for thoughtful expressions. You could have a shop name like all creatures, greated and small. Whatever. It's quite fun. This is not quite the review. Flipping through a little bit of it, I want to show a little bit of the art. It's beautiful. Instructions for being the head of light entertainment or a participant, and there's a bit that I want to go over with that. But in general, here's a bit of history. Here's how the program programs, how to play the game, as it were. Core mechanic, the trait roll. Choose your course of action. Determine which of your PC's traits is being called upon. Roll the die that corresponds with that trait. Apply any pluses or minuses from accoutrements. And announce the result to the whole, who will reveal whether you equaled or exceeded the number needed for success. Simple enough, right? So, as you go, you could earn demerits. If you take a test too seriously, get more than 20. If you spam it, roll a 1, or offend the head of light entertainment. Or you can earn merits. And demerits can cause beschruments, but we'll get to those later on. Or you could earn merits if you please the head of light entertainment. And those can be used to either buy an extra die to basically advantage, or cancel a demerit. Otherwise, etc. There's bits of death and loony, seeming health-ish, and your traits, animal husbandry, augmentation, authority, bardistry, chastity, decorum, druidry, etc., all the way down to wisdom in the ways of science. Each have pages with, details on them, and the accoutrements, which you can have one of. Anyway, so those are more or less your skills or abilities. When you create a character, you choose a situation, and then that situation might tell you what your class is. Your class, upper, middle, or lower. And those situations might be something like a cleric. Where, as a cleric, you may choose either upper or middle class. And it'll tell you which must-have traits to have, as well as if you have any retainers, starting die values, etc. And whatever your spiffing serious ability is. So yeah, so you get that. It's make your character there, fun, play on the game. And then you get into Head of Light Entertainment Handbook, how to run the session, and it does warn you, bear in mind, one particular dim program planner can cock the whole thing up. How to set target numbers. Going into information about having 10 different currencies, as the game, of course, does. And then we get into the chapter of the Heads of Light Entertainment Directory. Because as the Head of Light Entertainment, you are not just running the program, but you are playing a persona. One of 18 personas. For example, you might be Jimmy Buzzard, who issues a beshrew to someone who has 4 or more demerits. And if he gets 4 more complaint letters, he's sacked and replaced with another one, of course. He gives merits for boutiques and PCs who steer the action towards them, and recalling any of Jimmy's heroics on the pitch at Perth Green. And he frowns upon or gives demerits for making fun of athletes, going too long without some sort of athletic display of competition, or being rude to boutique owners. It could be any number of different people. Like, you could have a penguin who is sacked with just 1 complaint letter, but goes in full when PCs or participants endeavor to increase the overall vicinity of the program by talking about fish, acquiring fish, eating fish. You get the picture. Or attempts to bring the temperature down. But he frowns upon and gives demerits when you go too long without mentions of fish. PCs and participants heat, thaw, burn, or melt things. Demerit is often accompanied by an alarmed squawk. Mentions of orcas or leopard seals. Multiple alarms. Squawk, squawk, squawk. And then each of these also has their beshrew table, which could be anything from getting the foot. This one is a colossal penguin's foot squashes you with a rude noise. You are no more. Down to find the fish. A long-armed man and an exotic drag queen recite a poem about finding a lost fish. It's monstrously mad. All PCs suffer 1 bit of loony and moves subtlety 1 degree towards silly. Subtlety being one of your traits. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Cardinal Zamzis takes over as the Head of Light Entertainment. Of course you didn't expect that, did you? Then we get notable historical figures, like Bedivere the Wise. What do we got? E.P. Nesbit. French. Is that what it is? And yeah, several of those. Merlin, of course. Tim, the Enchanter. Then historically accurate persons commonly encountered in medieval England. You get, barbarian, bard, bishop, etc. And then we also follow that with the Field Guide to Creatures. Historical, mythical, and mundane. Which gives you things like Author X, Attila the Bun, Death, Blancmange, playing like cricket, tennis, etc. And of course, each of these has, how they attack, and how they defend, and, how you historically accurately portray them. But also just the art and the layout of this is so much fun. Kill a rabbit there. And I too say nee! Oh, sorry if that offended anyone. And we get some quests. Ooh, don't look at that. Those are secret. You might play in this program. And then the appendices, retainers. Generating a shop. Like, so you know, like, a blacksmith in a bleak area. Has goods and services like horseshoes, iron goods, weapons, armor, and shields. In cities only. As the accoutrement types of authority and valor. Retainer types, apprentice and smith. And then, let's see, I believe there should be a spot to roll for what currency they take. Like, do they take, you know, gold, or gemstones, or eggs, perhaps acorns, cheese, naughty pictures, lupins, you know, all various currencies. And then fun character sheet, because your different traits will move between what kind of die you use them. You know, the D20, D18, 16, D14, D12, D10, D8, D6, D4. What are these? Well, there's an index in the back cover, and I think that's enough looking at the book. Let's look at some of the stuff that came with it. Like the dice. The officially authorized, sanctioned, and certified polyhedral random number generators for Monty Python's Cocurricular Medieval Reenactment program, also referred to as DICE by non-serious people. Sorry, the polyhedral random number generators. So, also, great fun box. Plastic. So, you have a, this is a 30-sided box. The ones are foot. This looks like a D20 sided. Ones I know. 12-sided. Hmm. 10-sided. Eight. Six. And look at all those feet on there. Let's go say 4-sided. Now, what are these other ones? Well, these are going to be the weird ones in here. So from here is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So a 14-sided die. Oh, there's a lot. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 9 on that. So that's going to be an 18-sided die. Of course, that makes this the 16-sided die. So that's wild. And then there's these other two dice, which have this looks like different ways of being. You know, you can be sensible. Oh, do we still? Original molding, sensible, daft, balmy, crackers, and coconuts. That's probably how loony you are. Mr. Neutron is fine, getting better, not dead yet, virtually dead, and no more. So that's, you know, death sort of stages die. But yes, so lots of dice, including 3 that I've not had, 14, 16, and 18, and then a 30-sided die, which is, I do have, but is a bit rarer. So, fun. And of course, you can have your Monty Python dice roller. That's a great way to make sure you get a proper roll, or if you need to go on horseback. We have a pouch here of merits and demerit tokens. I think I should have 20 of each. These are wooden tokens. So fun. Demerit, 1 tokenus Demeritus. And merit, tokenus Meritus, 1. So that's a fun way. Obviously, you can just use whatever beads or take note on your sheet for your character or whatever. But here are just tokens to pass out, especially because every time the Head of Light Entertainment changes, they reset. And there is someone playing some sort of instrument with their butt on a dice bag. I'm sure from an illuminated manuscript. And the last bit here from our program is the Head of Light Entertainment screen. Not a Game Master screen, the Head of Light Entertainment screen. Which is a big box. Gee. Why such a big box for just a screen? Well, it's because it is the world's most pedagogical tabletop partition. At last, the tabletop screen of your Head of Light Entertainment dreams is here. The front features formidable imagery, guaranteed to elicit respectful groveling. The back contains all the handy quick reference tables and material you'll need to keep your program running smoothly, plus many highly advanced features. Rotating dial for tracking complaint letter accrual. Treble ply 3-panel construction. 18 interchangeable Head of Light Entertainment heads. Magnetic gourd and on-air pop-ups. So, this is one of the things that made this game stand out and seem like, gee, this looks interesting. Okay, obviously, like, you know, fan of Monty Python and all, so that helped. But this made things interesting. Okay, so apparently some assembly required for some dials here. Just going to set these all aside. Rivet for wheel found in center chamber of packaging. So we have on air and God pop-ups. Basically, these are bits of cardboard that punch out and have magnets embedded in them for them to stay where they need to stay on the screen. The screen itself. Oh, okay, so we have Ministry of Silly Walks. So here is the list of the different Heads of Light Entertainment. Some things for setting target numbers. A core mechanic trait roll, the different traits, and how they go from serious to silly. Like animal husbandry goes from animal husbandry to animal husbandry, whether it's serious or silly. But things like chastity goes from chaste to naughty. Wise in the Ways of Science goes from Wise in the Ways of Science to very small rocks. We get their different death statuses, as seen on the dice, as well as loony statuses. Again, was on those dice. And the serious, a bit too really, D20, quite rather, a bit, neither really, a bit, rather, quite, and a bit too really, silly. Okay. And then alternate programming, which is one of the bestruments, is sometimes the game gets interrupted by another program or commercial. And it just shows them here. Blackmail call-in show, celebrity talk show, variety show, high-minded lecture show, quiz show, sporting event, current affairs show, or commercial break. And then here's a little thing for shop creation, a list of the different currencies so that you can keep track of them, and notes for these. Actually, I wonder if is it really this? It might be really easy to install this. So obviously the piping and such is in the back, so punch out the bits, and I just put this in here. Oh, that's so easy. Okay. And then we do the same here. And then we just lift this here until it stays up on air. Of course, on the front we have the medieval period, albatross, a culinary celebration. The medieval colon. But yeah, so these can go up and then just be pulled down when not needed. Fun, fun. We have our complaints here. This will require a bit more work because the rivet has to be put in, but basically, 0, 1, 2, etc. It will keep track of how many complaints there are, which moves towards changing the head of light entertainment. And of course, resetting everyone's merits and demerits, etc. We have the It's Man. Very popular there. And then a spot for us to put our... We have our stack of, like, these. And we can change who the head of light entertainment is. So if it's a penguin, we'll go to penguin. If it's Dino Vercati, we should put Dino Vercati there. And each of them has their name written on the back. Different faces that each go into be the different spots. Yeah. So. And so, to my mind, this may be the first Game Master screen that I'm like, no, I really want to use this. This feels like this will actually change the way the game works. I mean, I've used plenty of Game Master screens. I just have most often used them this way as a reference. But this one, no, don't look at me. I'm a penguin. Squawk! The game looks a bit silly, but a lot fun. It is learning a whole new rule system in order to play the game. And that's a lot to ask for silly. So I don't know if I'm ever actually going to play it. But I got everything I need to do so if I decide to. And it is just, the book is a fun piece of art and very clearly done by people that love Monty Python. You know, I grew up with the Holy Grail, and then watched other movies later on, and of course the Flying Circus. When I was able to pick up the 16-ton mega set on DVD, probably shortly after high school. But yeah, so it's fun. It looks, I'm looking at it, it's like, it looks wonderful. It looks like it's held together with cardboard and tape. It's brilliant. But yeah, so I will link where you can pick up stuff for Monty Python's Cocurricular Medieval Reenactment program, a role-playing game. No, it isn't online. If anyone out there has actually played it, let me know your thoughts. Because it is brilliant and fun to look at, but how does it play at the table is my question. Oh, I forgot to read the quote from the back of the book. Will you please stop asking me for a blurb for the back of a role-playing game? Terry Gilliam. But yeah, so it's fun. And it's a lot. I've opened up a lot of stuff. I've had this sitting around for a little bit, and it's fun to finally get into some of the different bits here. Whatever. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye.